Hello, I'm Niel Nickolaisen. I'm the CIO at Western Governors University in Salt Lake City, Utah. Also the founder of a company called Accelinnova. From my perspective, there are some big changes happening in the world of IT right now. And one of them is that there's just an insatiable demand for IT services. Everyone wants IT. They want new stuff all the time. There's a lot of innovation taking place, and the enterprise really embraced IT. And so from my perspective, I have to have providers I can use to handle some of that load. I'm deciding every day what we're going to do and what I need somebody else to do just to meet that demand. And so the best thing they can do is to come to me with a service I need, and also be somebody who's incredibly good at delivering that service, because everything I do is mission critical, and if they can't perform, if they can't do that well or even better than I can do it, then they're going to hurt me. I think that one of the hot topics is how to deal with innovation and how our provider partners can help us deliver innovation. Just the pace of change, things are changing so rapidly, and there's a lot of pressure on us in IT to now feed and fuel and support innovation while still doing everything else. So I think just this whole approach that technology innovation, how it's driving changes in what we do. Sure. I think the thing that's really fueling it now is that every aspect of the business relies on technology. Our Chief Marketing Officer and VP of Enrollment, he uses technology in very innovative and unique ways to select the right students to enroll and to approach those students, what I call hyper-segmentation. Well, that now is all based on technology. So technology is completely intertwined with everything the business does. And so as technology evolves and improves, every aspect of the business wants that improvement, that innovation. And so that, I think, is what's fueling what's going on right now in IT, the fact that IT or technology supports every aspect of the business. And from a solution provider perspective, it's building that relationship of trust so that they can come to me with solutions where they've done the research, they figured out this is something that will help you, Neil. But as soon as I hear the words, this will help you, Neil, and I validate it, that to me is a win. I think one of the big changes in the role of the CIO itself is that historically we were more technologists that ran a technology department. I think now we're business leaders that run a technology department, and even that department has to be much more business savvy, much more process savvy than we were before. So to me the big change is I've got to focus a lot more on understanding the business, supporting the business, understanding the business's strategy and supporting it, and then managing relationships. I spend more of my time managing my peer and president relationships than I ever have in the past, because I want the people I work with to use IT to accomplish their goals. They're not going to do that unless they have a relationship of trust with me. I can't have that relationship of trust if I never talk to them, never deal with them, and don't understand what they need. I think the importance is if I'm not doing it, I'm probably at risk because the organization needs me to be a business leader. And so if I'm not doing that, I'm kind of obsoleting myself. And ways you can do it, I think you have to reinvent yourself. You have to think differently about the role of IT in the organization. Don't think about data, think about process. And get some process knowledge. One of the things I do that I like to do, I call them days in the life. I and my staff, we go out and we spend a day in the life of somebody in the university, helping them, learning their job. In some cases, doing their job for them. And I think things like that go a long way to helping the CIO get out of the technology business directly. What can they do better? How much time do we have? No, most of them, a lot of the ones I work with are very, very good at what they do. What in general can they do? I think they need to understand what is unique about my organization, how we create competitive advantage, and how they directly support that or how they can indirectly support that. The other thing is to really build a relationship of trust. That relationship is going to take time. Don't ever think of interactions with me as a possible transaction. Think about how those interactions build a relationship of trust. Because even if I don't use you today, I might need you in a year. I don't know that, you don't know that. But if there's not a relationship of trust in that year when that need arises, I won't even think of you. And so it's an investment they're going to have to make in understanding enough about my business that they can support me and be there and already have a pre-built relationship, because my needs change all the time. And if they got something to help me, it's a win-win. My main message is technology is changing the world for the solution providers. It's also changing the world of the CIO. There's a win-win in there if we can work together on dealing with the changes that are happening now in the industry. There's a win-win there, but there can't be a win-win if it's a transactional relationship or if it's not built on trust. And so my main message is, together, let's go out and win this battle with how rapidly technology is changing.